Picture this. It's 2026. Flagships are getting bigger, heavier, and crazier expensive every year. Yet here I am, still grabbing my Galaxy S25 every single morning. That tiny, lightweight powerhouse from last year. And it feels like an absolute game changer. Mind-blowing performance, killer photos. And it slips into any pocket without a fight. But after a full year of real-life chaos, travel, gaming, endless scrolling, you name it, is this phone still worth buying today? Or have the newer ones completely left it behind? Alright, let's talk about what it's actually like living with the Galaxy S25 for the past 12 months. First off, the design. Man, this thing is still the king of compact Android phones. At 146.9 by 70.5 by 7.25 millimeters and just 162 grams. It feels ridiculously light and comfortable in the hand. I remember when I first unboxed it back in early 2025. I came from a bigger phone, and it was like a breath of fresh air. No more stretching my thumb across the screen or worrying about it slipping out of my pocket during a run. A year later, the aluminum frame and Gorilla Glass Victus 2 have held up incredibly well. I've dropped a couple times, don't judge me. And yeah, there's a tiny scuff in the corner, but nothing major. The flat sides and rounded corners still give it that premium Samsung feel without being slippery. The camera bump is a bit more pronounced, but it hasn't caused any wobble issues on tables. Colors? I went with icy blue. It's classy and doesn't show fingerprints like crazy. The other options like mint, silver shadow, and navy are all solid, though I still wish they brought back a proper black. No charger or case in the box, as usual, but that's old news. The display is another highlight that hasn't aged a day. That 6.2-inch AMOLED with 120Hz refresh rate and up to 2600 nits brightness is still stunning outdoors. Watching videos or editing photos on it feels immersive, even if it's not the anti-reflective Gorilla armor from the Ultra. Colors pop, scrolling is buttery smooth, and the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor works flawlessly after a year. Face unlock is quick too, though I'd love proper 3D Face ID someday. Now, performance. This is where the S25 really shines, even in 2026. The Snapdragon 8 Elite, same chip worldwide. Huge win for everyone. Paired with 12 gigabytes RAM is still a beast. I remember benchmarking it fresh out of the box and being blown away by the jumps in CPU and GPU power. A year later, it handles everything I throw at it without breaking a sweat. Heavy multitasking, Genshin impact on high settings, AI photo editing, you name it. Sure, there is some throttling under sustained loads, like long gaming sessions, but it's manageable and the phone stays cool enough thanks to smart optimizations. The extra RAM means apps stay in memory longer, so switching between Chrome tabs, WhatsApp, and my camera is instant. Battery life actually feels a touch better than launch day, thanks to software tweaks over the year. Speaking of the camera, same hardware as the S24, but the software magic has made a real difference. Right out of the gate, colors were more natural and dynamic range improved. Over the past year, updates have refined that even more. Less over-sharpening, better low-light performance. And those new features like log video and audio eraser, game changers for creators. I took this phone on a hiking trip last summer, and the 3x telephoto delivered crisp zoom shots without the weird contrast issues the older model had. Portrait studio avatars look way more realistic now, and the new film-like filters give my photos that cool vintage vibe. Video is solid too. 10-bit HDR by default makes colors pop, and audio eraser has saved me in noisy environments more times than I can count. It's not the absolute best camera phone in 2026, but for a compact flagship, still excellent. Battery life is the one area that feels. Okay, same 4,000 milliamp hour cell as before, and after a year, there's a bit of natural degradation, maybe 8 to 10% capacity loss in my case. Real world, I get about 5 to 6 hours of screen on time with mixed use. Social media, some streaming, photos, and light gaming. Not mind-blowing, but totally usable for a full day if you're not a power user. 25 watts wired charging still feels slow in 2026. My budget Galaxy A series cousin charges faster now. Wireless is fine at 15 watts, but no MagSafe style magnets is a missed opportunity. A good case with Qi 2 support helps a bit. Software experience has been one of the biggest positives. Launched on One UI 7, the S25 is now running One UI 8 beautifully after the smooth rollout. The interface feels fresher, more transparency, better icons, smarter widgets. Galaxy AI has matured so much. Long press the power button for Gemini, way better than old Bixby, and the deeper integration across apps is actually useful now. Samsung's 7-year update promise means this phone will stay fresh for years. In 2026, it's already feeling future-proof. Okay, let's get to the big question in 2026, value. When it launched at $800, it was already one of the more affordable compact flagships. Now, a year later, the price has dropped nicely, making it a serious bargain. Right now, you can grab a brand new Galaxy S25 for around $650 to $720, depending on storage and retailer. Samsung's official site often has it $719 or lower with promotions. Amazon and Best Buy hover around $649 to $699. And carrier deals can knock it down even more with trade-ins or installment plans. Offline stores like local electronics shops frequently match or beat those with bundle offers. But here's where it gets really interesting for smart buyers, the used and refurbished market. On platforms like eBay, Swappa, and Amazon Renewed, excellent condition units, 128 gigabytes or 256 gigabytes, are going for $400 to $520. I've seen pristine silver shadow models listed around $450 with low battery cycles. In local markets or sites like OLX and Facebook Marketplace, you can sometimes find even better deals in the $380 to $480 range if you're willing to meet the seller and check the phone yourself. Compared to the upcoming S26 series, which is expected to start north of $800 to $900, the S25 suddenly looks like an absolute steal. You're getting nearly the same core experience. Compact design, snappy performance, reliable cameras, for hundreds less. If you're not chasing the absolute bleeding-edge AI features or bigger battery, this is one of the best value flagships available right now. So, after a full year with the Galaxy S25, is it still worth buying in 2026? For me, absolutely. If you love a truly compact, lightweight phone that punches above its weight. It's not revolutionary anymore, but it's proven reliable, gets great updates, and at today's prices, the value is hard to beat. If battery life or the latest AI tricks are your top priority, you might want to look at the Pixel 9 series successors or wait for S26 deals. But for most people who just want a phone that feels great in hand, performs brilliantly, and won't break the bank, the S25 is still a fantastic choice. What do you think? Are you still using an S25 or have you upgraded? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. If you found this helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more Real Talk Tech reviews, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.